Are you tired of not finding any flares in Ghosts of Tabor and then seeing a bunch of airdrops come down from the sky and all you can do is wonder how some people have so much of them? Well, if the answer to that is yes, then you came to the right place. Because in this video, I'm going to be showing you all the flare spawns on every single map in Ghosts of Tabor so that you actually start looking for them and not just walk right past one. So without further ado, let's jump straight into the guide. Starting off with Island of Tabor. So starting off at the labs building, there's actually a flare spawn on the roof, and to get there, you need to climb up this ladder and then go towards this helicopter pad, and the flare will spawn on this box right here. Next, making your way down and towards the radio station, you have to get on the roof of this radio station, and the flare will spawn on this box right here. And then from here, making our way towards the lighthouse, you actually have to go inside of the broken lighthouse, up the stairs, and then up the ladder, and the flare will spawn on this rock right here. And then close to lighthouse, making our way over here, there's the blood bunker. The flare will spawn out in the front of the blood bunker on this box right here. And then our last flare spawn on the Island of Tabor is all the way at factory, where you will have to go up these metal stairs, and then there's this pathway towards the main building of factory. You have to jump on top of these boxes, and then just inside the main building there's going to be a flare spawn on this box right here. So that makes for a grand total of 5 flare spawns on the Island of Tabor. Now let's move on to Missile Silo. So for Missile Silo, starting off on the very top floor in the bathroom, if you go to the right, you'll see these toilets right here, and there will be a flare spawn on this one right here. Then going one floor down, opening these squeaky doors and into the skull room, there will be a flare spawn inside this box right here. Then going another floor down towards the containers, if you go to the left right here down this alleyway, and then on this wooden pallet, there will be a flare spawn right here. And then if you continue going down the train tracks and then into the Joker room, there will be a flare spawn next to this laptop right here. And then one more bonus flare spawn on Missile Silo is actually inside the purple vault next to the PC right here. So in total for Missile Silo, there are 4 freely accessible flare spawns plus a bonus flare spawn inside the purple vault if you want to include that. Now let's move on to Matka Miest. So for this map, starting off at the museum, our first flare spawn will be going towards Graveyard, and then in this alleyway on the right, there will be a power box, which the flare spawns on top of right here. After that, going down the street and to the right towards the House of Scott, there will be a flare spawn on this wooden ledge right here. And then from there, crossing this big road towards the outskirts of the map, you can go down this small street towards the bridge, and you'll find a flare spawn on this trash can right here. And then there's actually 2 bonus flare spawns inside the House of Scott, one of which is behind the bar on the shelf right here. And then for the other one, make our way towards the purple vault, and then in the room to the left of it, there will be a flare spawn on these shelves right here. So that makes the total for Matka Miest 3 freely accessible flare spawns, and then 2 bonus ones if you bring a skull and go inside the House of Scott. So now, let's move on to Chodov Mall. So for this map, starting off down in the basement, there's actually a flare spawn in this room right here next to the orange keycard door. So after that, making our way 1 floor up and towards the supermarket area, there will be a flare spawn on one of these empty shelves in the supermarket right here. And then going up another floor and towards Tech Savvy, there's going to be a flare spawn at the back of this store right here on this pile of boxes. So then from here, staying on the same floor and making our way towards the Hike store, you'll find this playground right here, and the flare will spawn just here. And then as a bonus flare spawn on this map, there's actually one in the red keycard vault under these cash registers right here. So that makes the total for Chodov Mall 4 freely accessible flare spawns, and then 1 bonus flare spawn inside the red keycard vault, which I'm doubting many of you are gonna hit because it's the rarest keycard in the game. So now let's move on to the last map, which is Matka Underground. So for Matka Underground, starting off at the most central metro station, which is the purple station, if you go up the escalator and down these alleyways right here, in this big room, you'll find a flare spawn on this trash can right here. And then if you go back down towards the purple station and start heading towards the red station, you'll find a flare spawn next to this power generating thing right here. And then the last 2 flares I'll call bonus flares because they're found inside of vaults. One of them inside the purple vault in the old bunker on the shelf right here. And then the other one is found inside of the green vault next to this mannequin right here. So in total, that puts Matka Underground at 2 freely accessible flare spawns and 2 bonus flare spawns inside vaults. So yeah, this is definitely the worst map for hunting flares. Alright guys, that is gonna wrap up today's video. I would say the best map for hunting flares is definitely Missile Silo, as it has so many flare spawns. In such a little map, you can just clear out the lobby and check all of them instantly. Other than that, feel free to leave a comment down below and tell me what other guides you would like to see on my channel. And also, if you found this video helpful, consider smashing that like button and subscribing to my channel with notifications on so that you don't miss any more of my guides. You can also join my Discord server. It's linked down below in the description. There, you can play Ghosts of Tabor with me. Alton face shield here, Ragnar. GPU in this one. There's a GPU. Let's go. And others in my community. See you in the next video.